Welcome to Tigers Untapped, a Bluff City Media podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Trey Lasley and TJ Willis. Now, let's get to the show.
Dadgum, Kenneth. I nearly didn't kick us off this evening. That was a new intro. Didn't recognize it. My Pawn Stars music is gone.
I think there was this natural assumption when y'all started doing Tigers Untapped with Bluff City Media. After you got off on tap and became untapped, everybody thinks y'all are country dudes, and y'all just aren't country guys, are you? Like, y'all are hip hop heads. Like, y'all like a little bit of.
People think we're country dudes.
Well, y'all.
I don't know. I like country music. I mean, what do you mean by that?
What, you're white boy?
We're YT boys.
YTs.
I should put some jelly roll or Chris Stapleton music in there, right?
Jelly.
I don't mind a little jelly roll.
Jelly roll.
I think if there was a racial draft, I don't know who gets dibs on jelly roll, honestly.
That's a good point. It's a very good point.
I think he's invited to the cookout. That's all.
Is he invited to the cook? He's been to plenty cookouts. I think he needs to chill on the cookouts.
Kenny's been invited in the YouTube comment.
And y'all have to sit in the car, apparently.
That's true. I think Trey got invited. I have to stay in the car.
Timothy, tell the fine folks that are listening and watching what we're sipping on this eve from Grind City. It's Belga. We have ourselves a Belgian-style wheat ale, which I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be a fan of.
Mine is very carbonated.
Is it? You got a real
I opened it up and it like kind of
I got
my shirt.
I got the matching coos to go with this purple font. You know what I mean?
That's unbelievable.
Before we kick it off, if you guys tuned in last week, you knew I was in some negotiations on Facebook Marketplace for an Xbox Series S. I did secure one come Wednesday afternoon for a fine deal. So shout out to Timothy. I don't know if he listens. No idea. Fine gentleman. Met him at the Walmart on Germantown Parkway. $150 I got it for.
Good deal.
Smashing deal. Not going to lie. Got home, turned the thing on, and the Xbox symbol took longer than necessary to show up on the screen, so I thought I got duped, but I've been running this thing into the ground nearly, and it is flawless.
How are you enjoying the game?
I love it, but it's also not for the weak-minded because it's a difficult game to play, to be honest.
Our boys over at On the Bluff, Gabe was talking about how it is literally impossible to tackle in the game.
It is not.
It's impossible to do everything.
No wonder TJ only wanted to be an OC because the defense is absurd.
It's impossible to keep the game running. Mine crashes. It just crashed. Got up and unplugged it and plugged it back in.
I would have thought I'd have had that problem because I think TJ bought an actual certified refurbished one, and I just met somebody at Walmart, and mine's run perfectly.
It's so hit or miss is what
I mean, besides the fact that the first couple of times I played, I threw 5 first half picks with Seth, but I think that was his system error, not me.
I don't know about that one.
But TJ's playing right now. I'm not going to, I have mine paused. I'm currently 3-0 off of a fresh road win at Florida State. Don't ask me how many tries that took. But I'm currently beating Navy's ass 41-7 at halftime. Why do you look so surprised?
I mean, you said you couldn't do anything in the game, and you're about to be 4-0, beat Florida State.
You don't know how many times I turned the game off playing Florida State for a variety of reasons.
Okay.
There's been a lot of really, really dumb plays that have happened, and I rage quit. Just being honest.
So can you start a game back over? Like you can cancel the game and start hey, listen, Florida State's up 33-3. Let me restart.
Can you do that?
Yep. Yeah. TJ, you click start, go down to go back to hub, and it'll wipe the game clear, and you get to start over. It's great.
Wow.
Well, a lot of people would say that that's cheating, but look, I haven't played. I haven't played an NCAA game. I did no practice. I went straight into Dynasty mode, And I'm not. Some of the plays that were happening, it's unacceptable.
It's
I'm
like a
not
breakfast
accepting
ball
those.
in golf, right? Like everybody deserves a mulligan.
Sure. Now, if I'd been playing, come 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, I'm not gonna be quitting. Got some time under my belt. I'm just getting my fingers wet again. I hadn't had a system in so long. Got to get these sticks going.
Can y'all do me a favor?
Defense is impossible, Kenny. It's unreal.
Do y'all
really
think
is.
y'all
You guys
could talk
taught
to
the
Tracy
University of
for me?
Memphis. Why? You need one?
I need a console. I need y'all to talk to
Yeah.
Tracy for me.
Natalie was not all about it, and
Hmm.
somehow I finagled my way into one.
Well, how would that? All right, I'll be Tracy for a second. Hey, TJ and Trey. What do you
Hey.
want?
You should really let Kenny play college football.
It's
No.
It's been a decade. He'll play while he produces our shows, so it won't interfere with family time. He'll be working.
it's work related. That's all I gotta say, right?
No.
It allows him to learn the rosters, understand the
Exactly.
schemes of the teams we're going to play, to be able to provide more information to our listeners.
Okay, boys.
And
I'll get
I'll
him
go-
a console.
I'll go with you to meet the guy at the Carterville Walmart.
There you go. That's good. Way to go. Well done.
I'm gonna be honest. Tracy does not come off as a woman that's easily persuaded.
Listen, let me tell you something about Tracy, man.
So-
She is the most legit. Like she is. I don't know if she'd be supportive of her, like me getting a console, but she's one of the most chill, laid back people ever.
Yeah,
So,
there's no way you wouldn't be able to get one if you actually wanted one. All right. As you guys can tell if you're listening or watching, it is the off season because we're talking about college football video game. Speaking of the off season, the field of 68 After Dark has been giving off season grades for the NCAA basketball teams this summer. They just did last week, I think, Memphis, and John Martin was the guest on with Rob Douster.
he's not
Have
a
you
guest.
either
He
one-
actually he works.
He's
I thought he
he's
was on.
reoccurring, but he was the guest for the specific Memphis grading. They've been doing like quick 15-minute episodes for teams, and he has somebody different on each time. Have either one of you seen these already? Do you know what the grades were given?
Yes, I saw them. Yeah.
John Martin gave us a C for our offseason, which feels fair. I guess
Fair.
it's average.
That's fair, yeah, I mean,
Whatever.
Rob gave us a D, maybe even D- if I'm remembering.
Wow.
Which seems harsh.
did they
could
give
talk
rhyme
my-
or reason?
I didn't listen to all of his. No, I don't know. I didn't listen to all of it. I mainly heard this on the Jason Johns show as John was repeating what was happening.
I think at
It
some point
feels like Rob's giving it more as just like a overall general consensus of how he feels about the program right now as it stands,
Yeah.
because we're coming off a year where we just had a really good team. We didn't make the tournament. We were 15-2, top 10. I think he's letting that leak in a little bit. When it really should just be like an off-season roster construct. But I think his primary reasoning was, if you look at it statistically, teams that have had this much turnover and have used the portal this heavily are not successful and very rarely make the NCAA tournament. I think there's like one exception to that, and it was Iowa State, that team 2 years ago that blew us out.
Yeah.
It's like one of the only teams that's been able to have, I forget exactly what the statistic was, but it was like, I mean, we lost like 85% of our production or something is being replaced. And that's like never from the portal.
never a good sign.
Teams don't do that and make the tournament very often,
Yeah.
if at all.
That's fair.
So that's where he's coming from. John was more forgiving, being a Memphian, as they probably should. I think we've talked about it. You've added some guys that are capable, some high quality 3-point shooters. You've added a true point guard. You've added a skilled big man in the middle. You've added some rim protection, rebounding. I think the reason his is lower as a C is because you obviously, the plan was to have David Jones come back, right? And as of now, there was really no contingency plan, or whatever contingency plans were there fell through. So you didn't really. Yeah. If David comes back, I think you're looking at. I think you talk yourself into A-, B+.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's
And I
enough
think-
pieces there.
I think John's probably C ranking is fair, but it also kind of plays into
I think it does too.
the John Martin, like his reputation in the city with the way he talks about the basketball program a little bit, right? Like he can,
I would say all programs, to be fair.
right. He can be a little bit of a contrarian, which is fine. But
so all that to say, what if you guys graded the off season? What would you grade it? Do you think those are fair grades? I could talk myself into a C.
Yeah, I think I would probably be a C, maybe like a C plus. But
I mean,
I do think that they have enough pieces around. Like it's enough. It's a good team, but no like star players. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, man.
I think we saw.
It's hard for me to go down. Like I'm fringe BC area.
Yeah,
and it's hard for me to go any lower than that. So I mean, metric standpoint, and I know people hate this, especially given the fact that it's July 22nd. But like Bartorvik in his preseason projections has us a fringe top 25 team. I don't see how that's, to me, that's not C area.
No. Yeah.
Evan Maya's got you at a top 10 transfer class. I know a lot of that has to do with the quantity of transfers we've had to come in, just sheer quantity. Like Nick Jordan's the only person returning, basically.
Well, let's do it this way. Can I do it this way with you real quick?
I don't know which way you want to do it.
Let's do it. Let's just go for it.
Let's just do it.
PJ Haggerty. They get him. What's he ranked? Like what's his grade? Getting him.
I think it's an A. I mean, at the time, he's one of the top transfers in the portal.
All right. So the very next day, Dane Danger. What do you rank?
I think
does that lower it?
I mean, I mean, for Penny's system, I would say it's not the best because you're looking for a more athletic floor running big, but he's a very skilled offensive big. Like, I mean, for our system, I want to say B area.
Okay. So A, B. All right. Then you add Colby Rogers.
I mean, you need guys like Colby.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 40% 3-point shooter. I mean, that feels like another
high volume, 40% 3-point shooter. Yeah.
I mean, I think there's concerns there defensively, maybe that probably bring it down a little bit, especially since that's what Penny said, the identity he's trying to get back to. But again, like we've seen his ability to get guys to buy in who may not have, people previously may not have had a stigma as being any sort of defensive threat. So that's kind of a wait and see to me too.
Yeah, I think if anything, the wing position is probably where most people are kind of like, okay, what are you really going to rely on Colby Rogers? Because the whole time it seemed like they weren't, right? There was all the rumblings about were they or were they not going after what's his name? I don't know why I'm Haba, the whole Haba situation.
Kaluma.
If they're going after Kaluma or not. And I think that's where everyone pretty much settles up. It's like, okay, yeah, you can talk me into Tyrese. You can talk me into Haggerty. Dane Danger, like you watch the highlights, you're like,
he's going to dominate. He's going to do really well. Yeah.
Yeah. You look at it and there's so many things that make sense. And then you get to basically any of the wing positions, the 2 guard, the 3 guard, any type of depth there. And you're like, hopefully Colby Rogers doesn't get in any foul trouble. Like, I mean, there's a lot of people that think Baraka Okogie will be good. And I don't know what to think about him. I don't know what he is position wise. I don't know where he's going to fit into the process.
I think he definitely can be good, but it's also concerning. He's coming off of an off-season surgery, right? So it's like, how does that?
Yeah, it sounds like you're going to be relying on Jared Harris or a true freshman to come in and play vital minutes at times.
Well, let's not forget they added PJ Carter, who can play.
Yes, I did kind of forget about him in that whole conversation, but we'll see, right?
To me, it feels like kind of what Trey was saying just a few minutes ago, that it was that maybe month-long period where there were names that were being attached to the program that they lost out on. Whether it be David, whether it be Kaluma, whether it's I almost said Mo Bamba.
That'd be a good one. TJ
Bamba, those guys. That feels like that kind of lessens.
It brings it down, right? Like you start, right? It feels
like the bar was so high.
It kind of feels like the Kendrick Davis offseason, right? You immediately basically get Kendrick, who's like the best player in the portal, and then you started adding a bunch of dudes a lot of people hadn't heard about. Although these dudes that got added after PJ are better than those guys were.
Right.
The only difference is, and I'm not saying they're the same player by any means, I'm just saying from a return production standpoint, you were able to bring back your DeAndre, whereas this year you weren't able to get DJ to come back.
Right.
Yeah.
But I still think this team's very capable. So, like, from an expectation standpoint, my expectation is that this team is still projected to be the best team in the American, to win the American Conference and make the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to see them. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but like you're going to have to see them play, I think, before you can really formulate an idea. Like, I think you could put it out on paper, like, you know, the same thing we've said, right? Maybe not any star-studded players, maybe like a roster full of them, but a good team. Like, they seem they have enough pieces to go together to be a good fit, a good team. What that translates to, who knows, right? But I think everyone knows that this is a team that definitely has enough talent to be a 1 or 2 team in the American at the end of the year. So we'll see how that ends up working out, though.
Can I be honest with you though? Like, and this is going to be, I think I'm fulfilling a prophecy for most of the Tiger basketball fans that listen to this podcast. The thing that concerns me though, and what kind of gives me pause with this roster, is that until Penny Hardaway shows me that he can handle a team differently than how he's handled teams in the past, there's a part of me that is skeptical that this team's going to be any different than what he's done in the past. I'll be frank with you. Like, I just think that there's a level of uncertainty.
You mean fighting for your life come conference play, to
fighting for your life, dealing with locker room issues,
seed line,
going into the conference tournament, needing to win 3 games to to know you're in. Like, that just seemed like, until that changes, like, that always gives me pause before every season. Like, when has Penny been secure going into the AAC tournament?
Yeah, that's fair. I also think that, like, it comes down to they're going to get in this situation again. Well, I guess we've seen it in the past where we'll beat Houston, but then we'll go out and lose to an ECU or down up 20 on USF, losing to Rice. It's like the little things like that I think are growing old to a lot of fans. And that's nothing like, it's not like it's consistently happening. Like, you're not blowing 20-point leads to a lot of teams or losing to Rice year in, year out, right? It's just like the little things I think that are starting to like weigh on people. They're like, come on, dude. Like, right as we start to get something together, and like, I know Penny's not playing the games himself, but you get the general idea of like, this is very consistent with you, man. Like, you can fix this kind of thing. And I know he talked about all the stuff he had going on. So it's kind of hard to be like, okay, like, I don't know. A lot of it's just, it's kind of hard to hang against him because he did have a lot going on, but everyone has shit going on. So
I'm not even saying that as a negative towards like Penny Hardaway as a coach. I'm just saying reality setting in as a basketball fan, like as a guy who watches a lot of basketball, you tell me who you are until you tell me differently. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's like,
prove it wrong. Yeah.
I just like, I'm not saying anything negative about Penny. I'm just saying, like, this is just kind of a typical situation for Penny Hardaway's teams. And so I go, yeah, this roster looks like it should be a lot better coming into this season. That doesn't mean that this team is going to, be this uber successful team. Like, they're probably going to be pretty good in the non-con like they always are, and then struggle during January and February.
I think Maui might be rough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it's probably because I have a bad taste in my mouth from every Thanksgiving preseason tournament we ever play in. Right. And the last time we were in Maui, but I 100% could see us coming out like 1-2 from that.
Well, the beauty of it though, the beauty of it though is that they've been there. They will have been together for many months by the time that.
Oh yeah,
that comes around. So
obviously we've talked about it numerous times, but that's a huge difference in the construct of this roster and what we've seen in the last several years is that this team has actually been together and will have been together and understood each other and had principles implemented far earlier than any of these other teams.
Yep.
With that, the other day, we don't have the exact dates or conference schedule, but we know who we're playing. Home games only, we got ECU, North Texas, and Tulsa. Away only, we got Charlotte, UTSA, and Tulane, which I hate. I want Tulane twice. And then home and away, we got UAB, Temple, FAU, Wichita State, USF, and Rice. Can we flip that Rice and Tulane? Give me Tulane home and away and Rice only away or something. Sheesh kebab.
It's not
Every
fun.
time a
It's not a very
conference
good home
schedule
schedule.
drops for us, either any sport, it makes me want to vomit in my mouth. So there's no reason. One of you give me a reason why we shouldn't win this conference. Just one reason.
I think UAB is going to be tough this year. I think they're going to be a pretty good team.
Invalid. Next.
You don't think so?
I'm not scared of Yaxel.
Who did FAU end up hiring?
Moose is going to dunk on Yaxel's forehead. Didn't they?
Some dude
hire-
from, what's his name?
I thought it was like a respectable hire.
John Jacques.
As you know, I don't remember who they hired. Here I am talking about being respectable.
Dude from Baylor, John Jacques. I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but
No, I don't think there's any reason. But this is the same thing we say every year, right? So,
yeah,
talent's going to be there. Just got to put the whole thing together.
just put it all up in there. All right, little Tiger alum news. David Jones signs his 2-way deal with the 76ers.
Congrats to David, man.
Hey, he had a slow start to Summer League. There were people that said he wouldn't even be able to get a 2-way. I remember weeks and weeks ago, 2 months ago, I said maybe he'll get a 2-way. Both of you laughed in my face.
I did, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And here we are.
I need to
deal.
own. I'm going to own that.
So shout out to Davey.
Yep.
And then another former alumni, Kendrick Davis, heading to the 76ers' little sister who lives in Australia.
From
The Adelaide
land,
36ers.
land down under.
I
I
think
don't
they're
think
paying
those two
him.
are related.
They're paying him in Bloomin' Onions down there in the NBL. Kendrick getting signed
to the land down under.
To
Crikey.
be honest, you said Bloomin' Onion, and we had the Corky's version of the Bloomin' Onion like last week. Not that good.
What?
Yeah, it wasn't very good. I was not impressed.
Corky's has like a fried onion.
Yeah.
I did not know that was a thing.
I
What
didn't either.
do they call it?
I'm
I'm looking this up right now.
They said they
What is
like it.
Who said that?
The in-laws?
Corky's Bloomin' Onion is what I'm going to type in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's the official name of it, but that's
Onion
absolutely
loaf?
what it was.
Is that what they're calling
Onion
it?
loaf, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that just sounds terrible.
TripAdvisor
Yeah.
popped up and said Corky's barbecue, excellent pulled pork and onion loaf. So I'm going to type in
Maybe-
Corky's onion loaf. I'm going to
Maybe
be
have high
honest.
standards.
If that is the name, then they need to work on it because that sounds. Yep, there it is. That doesn't. It's just like a bunch of onion rings on a steak knife.
Yeah, but more or less, you know exactly what it is, right?
Okay, Kenny,
know,
when's the
I
last
just-
time you had a Bloomin' Onion?
It has been many, many moons since I've had
I
a Bloomin'
literally-
Onion.
The presentation on the Bloomin' Onion is something else, though.
It is.
Yeah.
Chili's
That's all it is.
Chili's is legit, low key, like pretty awesome, actually. Like,
Why are you talking about Chili's?
What?
Chili's?
No.
Why is
Outback, dude.
Chili's coming out? It's Outback Steakhouse, my guy.
Well, Chili's has something called a Bloomin' Onion then, because I've been there many a time and had something like a Bloomin' Onion.
They have skillet queso. Yeah, chicken crispers.
R.I.P. to Chili's.
die?
They have
What do
the
you mean?
the Awesome Blossom. Kenny is what it's called.
There you go.
Chili's didn't die, dude.
The one in Germantown did.
Just,
The one in
it's
Cargill
just
did.
you guys. The one in East Memphis is probably not
There's
riding
it.
strong, but it was
There's
there.
an East Memphis Chili's.
Yeah.
Over off Union, right? There's one on Union, right?
Is that East Memphis to you?
I don't know. I don't know what. Listen,
Do
is
we
it?
really? I don't know where it is.
Poplar and
Timothy, just
Perkins,
tell us
dude.
where it is.
Poplar and Perkins.
There's a Chili's?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there
There's
is.
an Orange Theory, a Wendy's.
Holy shite. We have a lot of Chili's in the area.
The Carnival one
Wolfgang
might still
has a
be open,
Chili's.
actually. The Carnival one might still be open.
It is. It's listed on their site.
Yeah.
C. It's just Germantown that went away. All right, with that, we're going to go grab a awesome blossom. We'll be right back.
Zach Edey hasn't played in a while. A minor ankle soreness, which I don't understand why we even said he had minor ankle soreness. It's summer league. You don't have to even announce any injuries. Just say he's not playing. Would have made me feel better. And they're supposed to do things that make me feel better because now every game that he misses is bothering me. But the rest of the team's been great. Scottie Pippen was great. Trey Jemison was great. Jake LaRavia was great. Gigi was really good. I mean, Cam Spencer was good. I mean, all the guys that you want to be good have been good this summer league, even with Edey not on the floor.
We always talked about last year that it was a tough year in terms of, yes, games lost with the injuries. But the positive that came out of it was guys got a chance to get meaningful NBA minutes that could impact going towards next year. And it's nice to see those guys continue to build on what they finished with.
Tune in to the Night Court Podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Our native son, Dylan Brooks, a guy who was added to your team. You described the up and down mentality of them to a T.
Dylan, I think he started the season really, really well. Started the season very under control. He was hitting threes at like some super duper unsustainable clip. And then he got hurt in like December or like early January. And then like when he came back from the injury, it was like everything that went wrong with him in Memphis kind of started coming back. And so he was really, really rough to end the season. Like really, like there was points in times where I'm like, look, just sit him on the bench right now. You know what I'm saying? But the problem was we also, like with injuries and whatnot, we didn't really have nobody to take his spot.
We love Dylan here, man. Dylan was he was extremely entertaining and nothing else. At the end of the day, basketball is a sport. We're watching this entertainment. We're watching it like a TV show. So if anything, he brought the quotes, he brought the energy, he brought the crazy shit, and he was just Dylan, man. That was our guy.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. United Way of the Mid-South and 901 FC are teaming up to gather school supplies for students and teachers in Memphis Shelby County schools. We invite you to join us in our Stuff the Bus initiative. Bring new school supplies to the 901 FC versus San Antonio FC game on Saturday, July 27th at 7:30 p.m. Donate notebooks, pens, pencils, crayons, and much more. Or you can contribute by texting UW Schools to 41444 to make a monetary donation.
Hey, stuff that bus.
Stuff it.
Get the 901 FC game this Saturday and stuff the bus, ladies and gents.
Stuff the bus, dude. What are we talking about?
If last week was a national holiday because college football 25 early access dropped for people like TJ, who is still playing. I don't know if you guys can hear the clicking of the buttons in the background of the Xbox.
No, I don't know what that sound is.
Or if you're watching and he gazes above the camera. Today should have been a local holiday.
Local holiday, yeah.
In that phase 2, fellas, has officially started. The demolition.
Woo!
Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium
About time.
has started.
Honestly.
Today felt more theatrical than anything. I don't think the real deconstruction starts until tomorrow because, I'll be honest, I've seen pictures, video. They didn't get a whole lot destroyed today. The other thing that caught me off guard, rumblings of my text group, friends groups, 3 weeks to do demo? Are you serious?
No, 6 weeks.
I heard 3 today. It's 6 weeks to just demo
To get
3
it
weeks
out.
doesn't
to
sound
get all,
that bad.
Yeah, it's going to take 6 weeks to tear it, or 3 weeks to tear it all down, 6 weeks to get it all out.
Just wrecking ball that shit.
Well, they can't do a wrecking ball.
Because
Why?
they're not tearing it all down. If they
You can
wreck
do
it,
a
You got to
controlled wrecking-
selectively
you can-
choose
You
what
can
you're
do a
destroying.
controlled. You can do a controlled wrecking ball.
Did you see? Well, they are. Did you see how they did it? Did you see the video that I put out for Bluff City Media?
It was like a woodpecker with water and
Yeah,
Yes.
they had to be very strategic about where they hit.
really chiseling around up there at the top.
Yeah. Did y'all not think it was a little bit hilarious and awesome that those ramps were the first things that were getting taken out? Like I was like, heck yeah,
They're
dude,
the
get rid of those.
random stuff.
Like get that out of here, man. Get that 1960s nonsense out of here.
I wanted a gigantic like wrecking ball to the side of it, and then I started thinking
That's
about.
what
I was like,
I'm
well,
saying.
there's bones there, like they can't just.
Yeah, but
knock
you don't
it
gotta-
all out.
you don't
They
have to
gotta
go-
do something.
Just give us a surface. Just give us the tip. You don't got to go deep in there.
Hmm.
Just give us the tip of the wrecking ball and a little bit of show.
You know what, everybody, when they got there, everybody was talking about, why are we so close to this? Isn't there going to be some
Are
kind
we
of
gonna-
implosion?
We thought there was going to be dynamite. That would've been-
Dynamite. That
That'd be
we
wild.
were all ready for that, and they are like, no.
Once
no.
again, Kenny gets media access and doesn't pass it along to us, Timothy. What are we going to do
Look,
about
I
this?
talked about working from the Memphis Event Center, just watching, just pulling out the binoculars and
That's
just like,
not a lie.
just
Kenny
watching it.
said that today.
I'd like to apologize, guys. I thought y'all were on the list. Y'all ain't on the list.
No, we don't get the emails.
I don't get any
anymore.
emails.
You've removed us. With that, though, we were all able to see this, not just because of the tweets and the videos that Kenny sent, whoever put out, right? Kenny sent us one. There were other media members there. Can we get a round of applause for our one and only TJ Willis for securing a stadium cam of this that is live, eyes in the sky?
Yes.
Is it 24/7? Can I get on there right now and look at it, or is there an
That's a good
hour
question.
time window?
I'm gonna look.
It should be on Jeff Crane's
gotta-
Twitter.
If you go to gotigersgo.com, there's a link there. They got the SBLS Stadium live cam up. I'm clicking on it.
Yeah,
It is
I'm clicking
live.
it.
I'm
Hey,
looking at it.
Share
I see
share the screen. Share it. Share your screen
don't-
so we can see it.
I don't know how to do that on StreamYard.
Go
They
to
end up
present. Share
presenting way
screen.
more than I thought.
Select tab.
So
Here we go.
everybody that's watching can get a look.
Y'all
See.
see that? Is it up?
Boom.
Can I get a yay or nay? Look at
It's
that.
up.
That's the chunk they took out today.
Look
They
at that.
definitely took out more after I stopped watching.
Oh,
took
they
out-
absolutely
yeah,
did.
dude.
They went.
From
I need to
8
see the
a.m.
other
until like
side,
2
though.
p.m. It was like a fraction, a tiny. They took one swing and we're like, all right, we're going to Jimmy John's.
Why do you? They're not. All they're doing is tearing down that west side. They're not doing anything on the east side yet.
Oh, I know.
I
So
know,
that-
but I
so-
need to. No, I meant the other side, like the flip side of this. I
Oh,
want to see what
gotcha.
the other side.
Oh, the
looks like.
back
The
side?
ramp is the whole ramp gone over there. Is like
Well, you're going to need to talk to Ed and get a camera posted on that back side over there.
I've only pulled so many strings. I don't know how much more.
We'll keep pulling. Got 'em.
Oh, dude,
They listen.
They
They
definitely
listen
listen.
to you.
I'm very
Timothy
grateful.
needs to be in the athletic building.
I'm grateful and I appreciate it. However, can we get the backside? Appreciate the backside. That's all I'm saying.
TJ's a big backside guy.
Not a front side. He's a back side.
Well, this side's
The
great.
caboose.
The other side. I need to see the other side too. You know.
That's fair.
So you said Jimmy John's. Now I'm craving Jimmy John's. Let's see what I
Yeah,
can
that did
pull.
make me quite hungry. I've been a real
Lulu?
popcorn. I'm a big popcorn about this time at night guy. Homemade whirly pop on the stove.
Wow, one of those.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Timothy, we really appreciate your contribution and
Hey,
efforts to get
it
us
takes a
and secure
village.
us a stadium cam. That, as far as I know, ladies and gentlemen, will continue to be up for as long as the renos go on. I don't know if it'll be on. That would be weird. What's the stipulation behind that during a game? I'm sure they have to turn that off, right? Can't be getting
Probably so.
can't be getting free live video of a ball game going on. Although I will say,
No, I think you're right.
I checked a couple of times today, and TJ texted Kenny and I this. I don't know how live the live stream is. I checked multiple times, and there were construction workers standing in the same place for.
The clouds weren't moving, nothing.
It might be the most bootleg live video stream ever. Like it's definitely.
I mean, it might be an
is a
Android
GoPro.
on a tripod.
Yeah,
What?
that's
I
true.
feel like a personal attack.
Well, green text.
Look, it's a perfect camera. It works fine for me. I can't help but you nerds can't see anything clearly.
So when you guys said 6 weeks is when, does that mean? Does that coincide with the start of week 1?
Close to it.
Demo will demo be done before? Surely demo's done before the season starts.
Well, I think they'll get to what they'll do is they'll probably pave out a path and then basically clear out any.
Okay, yeah,
debris.
it'll be done. 6 weeks from today would be August 26th. That would be a week ahead of first ball game. Well, we know how these kind of things go. We're gonna run into storms. Not gonna be able to work those big ass crane things. We might be slinging wrecking balls come day 1 against UNA, outside and inside the stadium.
I am so intrigued to see what this looks like, though, because if you think about it, like that is a massive chunk of the home side.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
mean, what the hell is this going to
10 to
look like on
10?
TV?
Yeah, they're just going to drop a big banner to cover the gaping hole in the wall. Like, how do you?
I mean, it's a gaping hole. Hopefully, our offensive line is making holes as big as we'll be on the west side.
That's right. So Jeff Crane also announced today in the press conference that
Why is he still here?
because
It
it's
doesn't
got
start
not
until
starting until
whatchamacallit.
Monday. It's got starting on Monday, I think.
Yep.
I don't care.
think
I
it's
would rather. I mean,
August.
why do we need a interim AD? What's he doing? Go ahead and
have
get
somebody.
somebody.
Gotta have somebody. Don't
I mean,
get
you
mad
could have
at
filled
him.
in. I mean, he
But,
had a Memphis lapel on today. You're not a part of this community anymore.
How do we? Has
I'd
it been
have- I'd
announced? Where has he go? Is he going? Where's he going? It hasn't been announced that he's
He's
going
going to
anywhere.
Mizzou. I thought it was announced.
I don't think so.
Okay. I'd love to keep him.
Well, then if he's staying, I'll apologize.
Yeah. God bless. Jeez.
I'm just saying at this point, it hasn't been confirmed that he's staying. So my assumption was that he was gone.
He's gone. Yeah.
Nope. I don't.
Kenny's texting him right now.
No, I'm just looking because I don't think it's been announced that he's going anywhere.
Are you calling him in?
I am.
Call
I'm going
him
to call him in. I'm going to call Jeff. Jeff was, listen, let me tell you, man, in a season after losing Laird, Jeff has done a
Laird.
masterful job of keeping a lot of really important things afloat, right? Like, for instance, one of the things that he talked about today, they received a $50 million donation from the Fred Smith Family Foundation. They have to match it to receive that 50, right?
Yeah.
They are $25 million to go before they get that. So they are $75 million in donations at this point. And he announced
It's
today
absurd.
that they are expecting to have that $25 million raised by the end of the year.
By the end of the month.
I mean, is that not impressive? Like, was anybody else not so, like, I was like, wow, like that's
I think
awesome.
that's very impressive. I mean, I don't know what the highest amount we've raised before is, but that's got to smoke it.
I would say that's got to be up there, right? I mean, I don't know. The indoor practice facility, the sound system, the turf, the locker room. I mean,
Yeah, but all that, the sound system, I don't think that was fundraise stuff. Wasn't that city funds?
Well, they did the sound system twice. So one of them, I'm sure Jeb would know. Hashtag tag.
I think
Jeb.
the video
I bet he
board,
knows
the
that answer.
painting, the chair backs, the locker, I think that was all city funded at the time. I mean, there might have been a small donation, but it was nowhere near 100K. I mean, 100 mil. 100K.
No, that's absurd. Definitely, I think that's fair to assume that's the highest ever. I just couldn't imagine it being anything more.
Nonetheless,
One
that's
thing
impressive, especially to be confident you're going to have it by the end of December.
One thing I'm concerned, I don't know if concern's the word, but are we going to basically tap out our donors before we get to the chance of making like the athletes village on South Campus? Like you're going to get into a situation where everyone's like, oh, I don't have any money for this. So what are they going to do with that whole
I
situation?
don't know. Is that going to be
That's
like our
is that the
version of
Memphis
the-
Rising?
Memphis
initiative?
Rising, yeah.
Yeah.
Forget how much overall it was supposed to be. Was it 300 million?
Imagine a good chunk of change, but yeah.
Is that
See?
going to be? Is the athlete village going to be like our own version of the Olympic Village?
Let's hope not.
Will they have candles
Will
and
they
cardboard
have
beds?
Cardboard beds, most importantly.
I mean, there's enough mattress firms in the city of Memphis for us to get real mattresses. I
Mhm.
know a wonderful furniture
Yeah, you
store in
do.
South Haven that can help them
Yeah,
out.
you do.
No free
Yeah, you do.
pub, dude. Man, they got to pay for that trash.
I'm just saying, I know one in South Haven that can help us out.
Better watch your mouth. Classic Home Furniture. Get down
Conveniently located.
Wow. I'll send them an invoice.
there. You can send it directly to me. I'll take care of it.
That's a fun fact.
all right.
Trey and I have this. Our in-laws have the same name. We both.
They
have a
do.
Steve and a
Steve and
Karen.
Karen. Isn't that fun?
Is that not the
Fun fact.
whitest names ever? Steve and
No.
Karen?
No. I've talked.
What are
about
the
this.
whitest names ever?
Graham, and
I
Hunter.
don't know. But those
You're
are like
not-
uncommon names. Steve and
He's
Karen.
saying classic names.
Well,
Yeah. Steve and Karen are pretty.
Like my
generic and
in-laws,
white.
my in-laws are David and Karen.
everyone's got a Karen, dude.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you have a Karen.
How many
I
Karens?
don't mean like a
a
mean
legit
lady that
Karen, like a
talks to the
legit.
manager.
Yeah,
I mean, like a
legally
real-
they are named Karen. Not that they are.
her
a
name is
Karen,
quite
but
literally
legally.
Karen.
Their driver's license has Karen on it. Fellas, AAC Media Days kickoff. By the time this airs, they will have probably wrapped up, I think.
So was it Mario Anderson that was with them today? Who was?
Don't even get me started. Ladies and gentlemen, we sent Seth Hennigan and Chandler Martin
Oh, I thought it
down
was
there to
Mario. I thought it was. He's
the,
only been
to
here.
the AAC.
He's been here for a
Media Days.
year. He's been here for a year. Not even a year. He hasn't even played a game.
If you were listening to other media outlets today, you might have been misinformed that it was Seth and Mario that were down there for the media days. But no, it is Seth and Chandler representing us along with Coach Silverfield. Seth played the AAC commissioner today in College Football 25 on site. I don't know who won.
Oh, Seth won big time.
Did
Bad.
he?
Beat
Good.
him.
Yeah,
Bad.
I would hope so.
He
As
played.
he should.
So let me ask you this: is this a sign of things to come that the commissioner picked USF to play?
I
against
think he
Memphis?
did random AAC team. He spun. There was a
Right.
wheel in the building. He spun the wheel and landed on.
Why didn't
USF.
he get Temple?
I don't know.
Heavily weighted towards a team that probably
might
will
have
be
been. Look, I don't. There's not video of him spinning the wheel. I'm just telling you what Twitter said.
exactly. He could have been
This
Temple.
is like the NFL lot or the NBA lottery kind of situation now.
It's the Cleveland LeBron draft
It's
lottery. all
Derrick
over.
Rose, Chicago.
It happened off cam.
Yeah.
No evidence.
They brought it out in a. Yeah.
With that, give me both of you your prediction for top 3 media voted in the AAC in order.
Who's one?
Starting
who's two,
with
who's
3.
Three.
Starting with 3. Go backwards.
I'm gonna surprise and go USF.
Wow. You think the media is going to pick USF? I'm not saying what you think is going to happen. I'm saying media voting.
Oh, okay. Sorry. UTSA.
No, I think you had it right. I think it's USF.
Think so? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go back to USF. I trust you.
Well, no, you pick your.
No,
pick
no,
your
I'm going
answer.
USF. No, I said USF first.
You're like my wife.
Exactly.
Yeah,
She's a
and
lot
she can-
prettier. She's a lot prettier than me, but
All right.
whatever.
So
That's
Kenny's
very
got
true.
UTSA 3. TJ has USF. I'm going. I think it's going to be UTSA 3. Or it could be a T2 sitch. I'm doing that. I'm going to say
the worst.
UTSA and Tulane T2. Us one.
Yeah.
Do you even want me to speak anymore? I mean, I think it's going to be USF, Tulane, Memphis.
So you both agree that you think we'll be media pick for one?
I'd be
I do.
stunned
think-
if we weren't.
I think Tulane will get 1 or 2 first place votes, 3 maybe. I don't know how.
I don't
many
think they'll get
media
enough
voters
for
there
it to
are.
matter, though.
I know, but I think there will be some that will pick Tulane first.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will pick it, but in the grand scheme of things, everything Memphis has going for it, the way they approach the portal, the talent they bring back. I mean, it's just everything's in favor of the Tigers outside of all of the questions on defense, considering there's so many moving parts. It's a new defensive coordinator, things like that. But yeah, I'd be shocked if Memphis is not number 1 personally.
I would too. But stranger things have happened. Last question. Who do you think, how many, and who do you think it is, do we have that are selected first team AAC, all AAC?
Offense and defense?
Yeah, just total. I mean, easy, Seth and Chandler. Rock, that's 3.
Elijah, maybe second team or
I'm
first.
just-
I'll
let's
go
just-
first.
We're just
team.
going first. Let's just do first.
I don't see how the leading tackler for the Tennessee Volunteers isn't thought to be a first team all AAC guy.
I'm not
Preseason.
disagreeing with you, but are they going to put 2 Memphis linebackers on the first team?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Watch them put Chandler on the second team then.
Bull,
No.
stop.
Ain't no
Stop.
way.
I mean, I agree. It'd be
Ain't
the
no way.
dumbest thing,
Stop.
but it could. But honestly, like, let's be frank. Like, they could you not see them put Elijah on there over? Did they already have? Didn't we find some place where they had Elijah as like? Did I dream this or something? Didn't they have where Elijah was already a more highly ranked player than Chandler preseason somewhere? We talked about this, didn't we?
It might have been on was it Phil Steele?
Maybe Phil
Was it
Steele.
was it his
He's
conference?
an idiot. We got to stop doing that.
TJ.
Trey
Did you
loves
get-
Phil Steele.
I don't even have the magazine, Timothy. I'm saying you brought up the first teamers with Phil Steele, and I think that might have been what it was.
Well,
So what do we think
yeah,
it's more?
I think so.
We think it's more than 3. We think it's more than Seth, Chandler, and Rock on first team.
Yeah, I think it'll be 4.
Who's your 4th?
I think I'm trying to think of kickers, but I think Costa is gonna.
Oh, okay.
I think Caden gets on there.
So let's
I
go
wasn't thinking of
5
special
then.
teams.
Let's go 5.
Yeah, Sutton might be a returner first team.
I don't know.
Or Kobe. I returned a
think
punt with Kobe Drake the other day on College Football 25, and it was amazing.
Has anybody else been shocked by the amount of people that have won the Heisman with Kobe Drake in college?
It's not even it's okay. Back
not even
up.
like
I wouldn't
Memphis
be
people,
shocked if
like-
it was people using Memphis and winning with him because he's
Yes.
damn good. It's more shocking that it's the fact that these people aren't even using Memphis. It's just the computer saying that Kobe wins the Heisman. It's not even people using Memphis.
Like that
It's people
game has him
using-
a ball. Just
It's
unbelievable.
unreal.
Yeah.
Every time it's like 1,300 receiving yards and 25
It's
touchdowns or
it's like the
something.
most ridiculous.
I think it's because we have him as a returner. So in the computer, he's probably returned a couple punts or a kickoff or two too, and that's playing into it. But he is good. He's good on the game. Like
He's good. You got to know how to use him. Passing into the ball to him out of the backfield is unstoppable. It's literally unstoppable.
you're throwing him in the backfield.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was still thinking of Sutton. Sorry, you're talking about Kobe. Yeah, the
Oh.
crossing routes. Yeah.
That is what's depressing. My first series, literally the first handoff, Mario Anderson broke his collarbone
Oh,
Wow.
against
Hey,
Florida
bro.
State.
What a bad
Florida
omen.
State.
He didn't do that.
It
on
was
my
against
game,
Florida
so.
State.
hey, bro, relax.
I know. I'm just saying. So, and that's an instance, Kenny. Back, everybody listening, back to my rage quitting. That happens, I quit. I'm not accepting that on the first carry
No,
of a football game that Mario, my starting running back, breaks his collarbone. I'm sorry, I'm quitting.
not gonna be able to handle.
I'm not going forward with that.
Trey,
This is not happening.
you mentioned Mario. No, excuse me. You mentioned Sutton for returner.
Mm.
I think Charlotte has a guy that's returning that is a punt returner and
What,
kickoff
that six
returner.
string running back that went for 400 yards on us?
Oh, he transferred.
No, I think he
Bird, by
went
the
to
way.
I think he went to the NFL after that one. Henry Rutledge is his name.
And he
I think he'll
return the
probably
football.
get the nod.
Okay.
I think he'll get the nod over Sutton,
That's fair.
unfortunately. We'll see.
All right. Well, we're setting the line. First team, all Memphis at 3.5 players on the first team, offense and defense, excluding special teams.
Over.
I'm going
take the
5. I'm
over.
going 5. I'm going
I think
5.
we're okay. Then I'll set it at 5.5.
Okay. Well, then we'll go under.
No, that's way too many. We're not going to
Yeah.
do that many. 3.5.
I'm banking
I think we're all
on-
taking the over.
I think we're going to get a sneaky ad. Someone's going to sneak in there and be like, dang, I wasn't thinking about him. Like,
I mean,
Cromonte.
Xavier Hill.
Cromonte.
it could be Xavier Hill. I don't think that one's that sneaky. I mean, I think he's very good. He's arguably probably one of the best linemen in the conference. I was thinking more on the lines of like
Landsphere.
Landfear.
Ooh.
Anthony Landfear, I
like
think, is
that.
someone's just sneaky enough that's like,
I like that.
you know, his statistics don't really say, they don't blow you away, right? I think it was like 200 yards receiving because he and the redheaded guy, what's his name, Doyle, split time a lot, you know, having 2 tight ends out there. But I think he could sneak in there and get, you know, he's the best returning tight end. So what are you going to just assume someone else is going to do better?
I don't know. Does Kobe Minor get on there because of his Big Ten accolades already? You never know. We'll see. We'll be back next Monday with the full breakdown.
I think
of
I'll
everything that happened.
I will say, let's set the line at 5. I'm going with the over. I'm going to go over.
It can't be even,
Oh.
or it can't be a solid number because then what if I guess there could be a push? Whatever, will be boring.
Well, I'm just taking the number.
You're going
3.5.
over.
I was going to say over at 3.5, but over.
What
5
if I put it?
seems high.
What if I put it at? I'll put it at 5.5, and Kenny thinks it's more.
I think it's more.
Kenny thinks it's 6.
I think it's going to be 6.
Wow.
TJ, you taking the under at 5.5?
Yeah, I think the under there. That seems like a lot.
That does seem like a lot for 22 spots for us to have 6 of them.
All right.
Yeah.
See, the bet between TJ and I is I'll buy TJ a 6-pack of whatever he wants, and he has to buy me some bourbon.
Fine.
All right. Tune in next week.
Here's the
see
problem:
who,
is Kenny's already got this list hidden somewhere. He already knows the answer.
I wish I did.
Yeah, they released it to media this morning, and he just didn't last long.
Yeah, it was in that email we didn't get about the.
That's how things go.
Yeah.
All right, gents. Let's get on this Grind City Belga. TJ, I enjoyed it, but I'm also a big Belgian style fan. You know, I like my wheat ales.
I'm gonna be honest with you here. Mine is so, what's the word? Like carbonated. There's so many bubbles on this.
I don't know what's happening. Somebody must have shaken yours up because
Literally, when I opened it earlier, like rippled my shirt. I got hit with so
not-
much air pressure.
I'm not doing it. What?
I opened it up and it blew my shirt because of how much air pressure was in it.
Interesting.
At least.
I just don't. I like it. I like the white. I kind of like the purple, purpley, shiny.
It is purple. It
but
doesn't
it's
do
just
it very good justice.
It's just a boring can outside of that. I think it's too much white. I like a white can, but this might be too much. And I don't know what these plans are on here. Do you know what these are?
No, I don't. I
Just
can't.
adds-
Well, hold on, let me read it. In the top
Just adds to
left
the
up here,
confusion.
by the grind part, there's some words.
Yeah, it says furnace drum switch or something.
Okay. I'm sure our friend Mavericks listen to this and be like, it's a valve, man. Hydraulic valve.
He does valves. It's not doing it for me. I'll give it bonus points because I like a white can.
To be honest,
I
it's
don't
like
know,
a 5.2 for me on the can.
I was
It's
gonna
not
say
great.
like a 5.5.
Okay.
Very middle, very meh. Now the beer, on the other hand, give me 5.3%. Give me a pound of this Belgian style. Real good in the summertime heat. I didn't grab it tonight until we were literally ready to record, so it stayed cold. I threw on the FedEx koozie to keep it cool. Timothy, this one's up there. Let me get like a 7.7 on this bad boy.
Oh, okay.
I'll get
You
more
went a little
Belgas
higher than me.
in the future.
I can definitely
Belga
have
up.
2 of these. It's I was a little nervous about the wheat. I was thinking I was going to get a lot of malt in my mouth, a lot of that annoying flavor.
It's not terribly malty.
It's not. I could definitely drink multiple. The weird carbonation thing is kind of strange. I don't know. Maybe I just got like a fresh can. You know,
Yeah, mine
I
was
normally
not.
buy the old cans. Is this like a new can?
You got one that
That
was
boy like
closed today.
in February actually.
Same. What date?
The 9th.
Stop.
Trey, we bought it at the same place. I mean,
but I bought mine weeks ago, maybe over a month. Oh, you went to Corks today?
Yeah, I went at lunch break.
Thought you hit up your normal Yorkshire.
Mm-mm.
What did you score
No
it?
free advertisement. Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
it is good.
Bleep those names out.
It is good. It kind of just tastes like regular beer. Does that make sense to anybody? Like if you're a beer guy, it just tastes like regular beer. It doesn't have like
just tastes like a beer.
Yeah, like it doesn't. It's not trying to wow you. It knows what it's doing and it's good at what it does. So I respect that, and I think I can go like a 7.5. Like I like it.
There you go.
I liked it more than I thought I would. So
you act like 7.5 is not a big time score. That's a big time score.
I mean, it's decent. I mean, we've done higher, but
that's up there.
It's definitely it's good. It's super decent.
Your tone tells me it's in the 6s somewhere, but you gave it a 7.5. That's pretty good, man.
Kenny, his tone is because he's locked in on college football 25.
That's right.
I am. I am Kennesaw State. I made the mistake of taking the first job that offered me, and I regret it. They're so bad.
As a head coach?
Yeah.
What did you do as the Memphis OC? I don't even know how you guys finished.
9 wins and then 10 wins or something like that.
You spent 2 years there.
Wow, dude, you're rolling through some seasons, huh?
I've had it for
a week, but he was also only doing offensive play calling, so it didn't take nearly as long.
Wow, now I'm playing defense and I regret it.
Who are you playing right now?
Sam Houston State.
Grant Gunnell.
28-12, but
Grant Gunnell's there. Who just went to Sam Houston State too from Memphis from last year's team?
The running back Jay Ducker.
Jay Ducker just went to Sam Houston State. So you got your speed demon on your team, man. Let's go.
Except for this is 2 years
He's
later.
not on this roster. Yeah.
Oh dang. Your 4.7 guy.
He's not even on the game yet. I don't think. I think he'll be on the next update. Not all of the transfers are there yet.
Yeah, they released today that they were making some bug fixes. Like that was the thing, Kenny. I think this is why I won at Florida State. The war chant doesn't work there. The Seminole chant doesn't on Xbox Series S.
Doesn't impact the game.
The chant does not. There's no audio, so it didn't.
You weren't rattled by that.
Me as a player, it was like playing at home. It was a home game.
Wow,
that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. When
they're not going to add that because they don't want to get.
They're adding it.
They don't want to get canceled.
No, it's fine. Seminoles are fine.
Yeah, I think they got the AOK from the Seminole tribe leader.
Did they get the AOK? So they're good. Just the
I believe they did. Yeah. Well, and the Indians.
Although I think whatever tribe has come back and said that they're like petitioning for the Redskins to come back as the Redskins. Because
The
whatever
Commanders
chief
get a lot of hate as a name. I don't mind.
I'm
it.
saying the tribe of whatever chief that the logo was like created
Yeah.
after is like
We're
that was
good.
bringing recognition to us. Like they need to be the Redskins.
I know. I was just saying a lot of people hate the Commanders and like the fans even want it back, but I don't. I think the Commanders is a decent name.
It's fine. It's whatever. I mean, it doesn't sound like a football team.
How funny would it be if the people that were complaining the most about the logo were people that aren't even a part of that tribe, and that tribe's like, "Hey, bro, like we're good." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't actually care.
we don't care at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Florida State like actually gets like a real
They bowed to some Karen,
Seminole
some Steve and Karen
to
saying,
be like the
Change it.
mascot.
Like an active Seminole to come in.
I think so.
I think
I
you're
read-
right. I think I have heard that.
I thought I read that because if not, if you're
Yeah.
just like hiring a Steve to be the Seminole, that's kind of jacked up.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that. That's not, you can't do that. You can't. All right. We'll get out of here. I got to go beat Navy's ass. Finish out the
Go.
second half. TJ's got to turn it around with Kennesaw State. Kenny's got to convince his wife just to let him get an Xbox.
"Please,
Just get a
Jeez.
game. Facebook Marketplace. Trey got one for $7 and a special.
I mean, it took quite a bit of work.
massage.
Working it took quite a
Oh,
on the messenger. A lot of people not responding. But I got one.
Messenger. That's it. It didn't say massage. It said messenger.
Yeah, messenger.
I misread that.
There's
I
not a
misread that. That's
Facebook
on me.
massager.
TJ gave somebody a massage for his
No, not me.
console.
Trey.
Oh,
And
Trey.
That's
I
why
thought Trey did.
TJ's keeps freezing. There's lotion in the hard drive. And with
We're on
that,
different pages.
come back next week with the Cold Beer Shave Hot Takes. We're out.
If you enjoyed this episode of Tigers Untapped, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Like and subscribe at Bluff City Media's YouTube page. Head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co for a comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports.